One evening, Amin walked past the cart, now surrounded by customers.
One evening, Amin walked past the cart, now surrounded by customers. One evening, یک غروب، امین walked past the cart. امین از کنار چرخ دستی رد شد. Now surrounded، حالا احاطه شده بود by customers، توسط مشتری ها.
He stood quietly for a moment, watching his father's foot gently press the pedal.
He stood gently for a moment, watching his father's foot gently pass the pedal. He stood، اون ایستاده بود. stood گذشته استنده. Gently for a moment، او لحظه‌ای آرام ایستاده بود. Gently یعنی آرام. For a moment برای لحظه‌ای. Watching his father's foot، نگاه میکرد به پای پدرش. Gently past the pedal، به آرامی روی پدال فشار می آورد.
His fingers steady even after years of being ignored.
His finger steady یعنی محکم. Even after years of being ignored. His fingers، انگشتانش، steady، محکم بود. Even، حتی، after years، بعد از سالها of being ignored، نادیده گرفته شده بود.
When the crowd thinned, Amin stepped forward, holding a blunt pocket knife he hadn't used in years.
When the crowd thinned, Amin stepped forward, holding a blunt pocket knife he hadn't used in years. When the crowd thinned، وقتی جمعیت کمتر شد. crowd جمعیت، thin کمتر شدن. امین stepped forward، امین جلو رفت. holding a blunt pocket knife، در حالی که یک چاقوی جیبی کندی دستش بود. He hadn't used in years، که سالها ازش استفاده نکرده بود. He hadn't used in years، که سالها ازش استفاده نکرده بود. Forward، به جلو رفتن. Blunt، کند.
Can you fix this too, Baba? Yashir looked up, smiled, and said,
Can you fix this too, Baba? Yashir looked up, smiled, and said, Can you fix this too, Baba? میتونی این رو برام درست کنی بابا؟ Yashir looked up. Yashir سرش رو بالا آورد. Looked up. Smiled، لبخند زد.
Maybe today, one son will need me.
Maybe today, one son will need me. Maybe today، شاید امروز. One son will need me، یکی از پسرها.
Never give up, especially when your hands still remember how to make something sharp again.
Never give up, especially when your hands still remember how to make something sharp again. Never give up، هرگز تسلیم نشو. Especially، به ویژه. When your hands still، وقتی دستایت هنوز. Remember، یادشان هست. How to make something sharp again، چطور چیزی را دوباره تیز کنند. خب کل فیلم رو یک بار دیگه نگاه کنید بدون ترجمه و خودتون رو ارزیابی کنید.
There once was a man named Yashir who made a living sharpening knives. He wasn't a blacksmith, nor did he own a big shop. Just a cart with wheels, a grinding stone that spun with a squeaky pedal, and a small bell he rang while walking down dusty village streets. Knives sharpened, blades made new. He'd call day after day, with the same worn-out shoes and hopeful voice. But times had changed. The new market brought in machines. Sleek, quick, noiseless. One by one, people stopped coming to Yashir. Too slow, they said. Too old-fashioned. Even his son, Amin, begged him to quit. You're wasting your breath, Baba. No one wants this anymore. No one wants you walking these roads for nothing. Yashir would only smile, his eyes soft but steady. Maybe today, he'd say, one knife will need me. Days passed. Then weeks. He'd go home with sore legs, cracked heels, and hands that smelled of steel. Some days, not a single customer stopped him. He still rang his bell. One rainy afternoon, as the sky cracked open, Yashir took shelter beneath a mango tree. A young woman was crouched there too, covering a small bundle with her shawl. "It's my kitchen knife," she said, noticing the cart. "I dropped it on the floor. No one fixes these anymore." Yashir didn't speak. He simply reached out his hand, took the blade, placed it gently on the spinning stone, and began to pedal. Rain poured. The stone hissed. Sparks flew in the dim light. When he handed the knife back, it shone like silver. The woman stared at it. "You fixed it better than the shop." Yashir nodded once. "I do one thing, but I do it right." The next day, she told her neighbor. The neighbor told a cook. The cook told a butcher. Within a week, Yashir's bell rang to a line of people waiting with dull blades and tired eyes. They no longer wanted speed. They wanted hands. They wanted care. One evening, Amin walked past the cart, now surrounded by customers. He stood quietly for a moment, watching his father's foot gently press the pedal, his fingers steady even after years of being ignored. When the crowd thinned, Amin stepped forward, holding a blunt pocket knife he hadn't used in years. "Can you fix this too, Baba?" Yashir looked up, smiled, and said, "Maybe today, one son will need me." Never give up. Especially when your hands still remember how to make something sharp again.